Banished from Earth Classic Game Room broadcasts from the Intergalactic Space Arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything. Welcome to Classic Game Room. I previously reviewed the excellent Cinematronics Star Castle arcade machine, but let's take a look at the Vectrex version. It's Star Castle. If it's on the Vectrex, you must own it. Although, to be fair, this is a game that will own you. It's incredibly difficult. This is like Asteroids meets Yar's Revenge on the Vectrex. So basically, it's one of the greatest games ever made. It's wounded, it's not happy. Yes! It's fun to wound it, know that it's panicking, and then just shoot it when its back is turned. Star Castle, where your objective is to shoot your way through the shields and blow up the delicious cannon center. What does the inside of the Star Castle contain, you may ask? Space nougat. Which is delicious. I really enjoyed the arcade machine when I played it at the Professional and Amateur Pinball Association. They have a fine specimen of this rare game. Yeah, gotcha. And I'm pleased to say that this version is as good as the arcade machine. Maybe it's even better. It is on the Vectrex after all. Although, to be fair, the Star Castle arcade game is like a giant Vectrex. Except that it only plays one game, Star Castle. The Vectrex plays a whole lot of games. And I love the overlay, it looks exactly like the arcade machine. Watch my review of that, and you'll see. I've been able to spend more time with the Vectrex version of Star Castle, and I figured a few more things out about the game to help in getting a high score. Basically, you shoot the shield as quickly as possible, and move around the Star Castle before it shoots you, like Yar's Revenge. After a while, it'll start to send out homing missiles, and they get faster and faster and faster and harder to avoid. And as you blast your way through these shields, you may notice that if you clear out an entire ring of shields, it then regenerates. So the trick is to pick these shields apart bit by bit and then launch a whole bunch of shots right into the middle of it. Which, of course, sounds a lot easier than it actually is. Because the moment you have the center exposed, it'll just go crazy and start launching shots at you left and right. And they're tricky to dodge along with the homing missiles. Sloppy but effective. You can also bounce off these shields and obviously fly from one side of the screen to the other. Which comes in really handy if you're on the left and the cannon is aiming at you to suddenly just come out of the right. And confuse it. The flicker that you see on screen is from the recording. It's not as apparent when you're actually playing the game. Woo! Yes! Number 1 in Star Castle. Although I do recommend having a disco ball nearby. And one other feature that I like is that they give you a choice between joystick control on the Vectrex controller or rotating left and right with the buttons, which is how the arcade game works, like Asteroids. It gets difficult quickly, but man, is it a lot of fun. So a huge thanks to Jesse from Lansing, Michigan for sending this to the show. I met Jesse at one of the pop-up pinball tournaments years ago, where we talked Star Castle, Vectrex, Pinball, and Zaxxon. So thank you very much for this copy of the game, which is not that easy to find, by the way. If you enjoy Asteroids or Yar's Revenge or old school 80s classics, I highly recommend Star Castle. Yeah, the game is good, but you know what would make it even better? Star Castle 32X.